Thank you for joining us today. I'm Jan Willis from the eBeam Initiative, and with me today is one of the industry luminaries for eBeam, Laurent Pain from Leti. Leti is one of the founding members of the eBeam Initiative, and they've also just celebrated their 50th anniversary as a research institute. So welcome, Laurent.
Hello, welcome, Jen.
Congratulations on 50 years for Leti.
Thank you, yes.
So let's start there. Let's talk a little bit about history. How did you become an eBeam expert, and then how did Leti develop as a center of expertise for eBeam?
Okay, so good question, Jen. So basically the activities in Leti on eBeam started in 1990s. We start with to do some mask for own activities, and then we switch these mask activities to direct write to address our prototyping, because it's the cheapest way to do prototypes with high resolution at that time. And then we also pursue this activity as well in the ST Microelectronics site in Grenoble, where we do a lot of advanced prototyping at that time for 65, 45, and even 32. We also demonstrate that the eBeam can be used for chip encryption, chip unique concept on the ST environment. Then we transfer those activities back in Leti around the Gaussian beam and shape beam. So it was a long story, and starting 2008, we enhanced our eBeam expertise in our field, because we started some partnership with Lithography, the Dutch company, where we are working with them on the field of massively parallel eBeam write, eBeam direct write, to introduce this technology for wafer writing. So it's a long history, and I started myself to work on eBeam in 2000. It was, yes, it started to be a long time, yeah.
That's great. And were there some celebrations for the 50th anniversary?
Yeah, that's it was a good year last year, because we celebrate these 50 years for Leti, 50 years of innovation, where we create a lot of startups. This is our policy, where we create a lot of technology transfer to improve technology for France and as well for our international partners.
So Leti is headquartered in Grenoble, France, and you can tell there's been a lot of activity there. So let's turn to Laurent and find out what's happening now. What's the latest on activities in Grenoble around semiconductors?
Yeah, so what we call Leti, the Grenoble area is the Silicon Valley for France. It's very impressive because we have a lot of companies. Of course, we have ST Microelectronics first, that is pushing, that is doing more and more activities in the frame of its fully depleted SOI technology for 28 nanometer, but more enlarge its portfolio with all derivatives. We have SOI Tech, that is the worldwide leader for SOI substrate, and is a key partner for fully depleted SOI technology. We have also a lot of strong ecosystem in the frame of optic, infrared optic, with Sofra, Jan Willis, and we are working with Leti. We are working with those strategic partners to enhance the Grenoble area and to enhance this strong ecosystem. So we have almost 8,000 square meters for clean room, where we are pushing, developing, and working for new technologies. We will enhance our 300 millimeter this year to work on fully depleted SOI with our SOI Tech, Global Foundry, and ST. We are working with on silicon photonic. We are working on advanced memory, neuromorphic, to prepare what could be the future technology for tomorrow.
Now, on a personal note, I know you're a keen tennis player. So tell us what else is going on in Grenoble these days for fun?
Yeah, so today in Grenoble it's very cold. There is a lot of snow, so this is the winter season. And so there is not a lot of people in Grenoble city itself. They are all skiing. So that's a nice place, because it's a very sporty place. Everybody is running, and then we can walk in the mountain, and we can play tennis. There is a lot of facilities for that, and then it's very nice city for people who want to join and to work in this area.
Thank you. Thanks for that update on Grenoble news. Yes. So one of the reasons I wanted to interview Laurent this time is that he's put together a new workshop here at SPIE Advanced Lithography. So Laurent, tell us about what motivated you to put together this new workshop, and what's it about?
Yeah. So first we want to. So Leti has a lot of activities on alternative lithography technologies. We are supporting that, and we want to highlight that during this week, because this is the lithography week. There is there is a large lithography community here, and so this is the place to be to advertise about that. So this is what we will do: present our Leti activities in the frame of multi-beam, in the partnership we have with Mapper, in the frame of directed self-assembly, the partnership we have with Arkema, and the last program we established with EVG in the frame of full-wafer scale imprint.
So some of our viewers won't have been able to attend the workshop. So could you give us some of the headlines? What are the takeaways from these various presentations at the workshop?
So you want some scoop?
I want some scoop, please.
Okay. So this is what we will say. So basically, we will show the key achievement for each technology and what we will do in the coming year. So let's take the Mapper case. There is some great achievement obtained last year. So we put on the machine in Leti an active blanker. So we are able to drive all the beam individually. So that's a good achievement. So that thanks to that and the lifetime of this key element, so we are able to start overlay demonstration that are on the demonstration, and we also in parallel open the tool for customer demo. And so people or companies that want to evaluate this technology, they can come at Leti, and we will do wafer for them on their wafer or to expose their circuits. The activities on directed self-assembly with Arkema is running well as well. So we finalized the full qualification of the first generation PSPMMA that are today developed by Arkema and supplied by Brewer. So this technology is done mainly for contact application, as well for line and space. And we are also investigate the potential of this technology for out of CMOS field, for example, for biotechnologies. And we are also prepare the future, or investigate the future with the second generation of high-K material for line and space, mainly today for advanced CMOS. That could be a complementary solution for EUV, for example, to mitigate the cost of manufacturing. The last program with EVG is, it's all a program that we established on the Hercules platform. It's an industrial platform, already located in Leti environment. So we are running this machine. This machine is fully operational. So it's full wafer scale imprint, and there is a large possibility for field of use for this technology, especially for IoT, in the field of spectrophotometry, in the field of biotechnology, microfluidics, for example, in the field of micro-lens array. And we are investigating this solution, developing processes, pushing the technology with EVG to show that it's really compatible with industry. And so this tool is already, as I said, operational, and we start to answer to first customer and process some first customer lot in our environment.
So you mentioned earlier that the possibility of working with you on wafers. Can you maybe just expand on how, if somebody's interested, how would they engage with Leti on these programs, and who should they follow up with?
Okay. So first, I am the contact point. So my role is I'm program manager for patterning activities and all the associated business development. So I am the contact point to exchange with you, to discuss about your interest, what type of program you would like to investigate, what type of technology you would like to assess. Then we will set up some discussion. I will introduce you to the technology leader driving each program. And then we will try to understand your request, and we will work together to build a program that will fulfill your interest. So the objective is really to build some bilateral partnership, and the program will be focused on your wishes, on your goals, to be sure that you have a real return on investment, a return on interest.
Great. Well, that is a wrap for this time. So thank you very much to Laurent for joining us, and congratulations on starting a new workshop. And thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Fine Line Video Journal.